Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Quirky Pineapples. If you're new here, I'm Vina, a plant based recipe developer and food blogger. And I'm back with another What I Eat in a Day, but also a little bit of a day in the life. It is Sunday, and we're going out for a trail walk today. So breakfast will be a little bit later, but I thought it would be fun to take you guys along with me. Also, as you can see from some of the clips, I finally put up curtains and I still have this really blank wall behind me here. So if anyone knows any good artists or anything like that, or where I can get some good artwork to fill this blank space, please put it in my comments because we are desperate for some really nice artwork for the living room. But yeah, the apartment's coming together. For those of you who, like I said, are new here, you may not know, we've only been living in this apartment for maybe like a month now. So yeah, trying to fill the space a little bit more. We've got our plants from our last apartment, curtains and all that good stuff, but we've been having trouble filling the walls. So help me out with that a little bit. I'm just starting out with my matcha today. Probably not going to drink it all because I don't want to have to go potty while I'm on the trail, but just something to kind of wake me up a little bit because it is very early. We usually try to get to the trail as early as possible for parking and then also to sort of beat the sun a little bit, which I'm very happy is out today. I've been complaining profusely about the clouds. Husbatron will tell you he's sick of hearing it. But yes, so you're going to eat with me today and see the type of things that I eat on a typical day, just like in some of my last videos. And I'm just going to take you along with me on the day and try and show you as much as possible. Even though it's Sunday, running a blog is I don't like calling it a side hustle because it really is like the whole hustle sometimes. But I do work a 9 to 5, so on the weekends is when I get work done, thus filming on Sunday. So I actually do have to get a little bit of work done in the office. So I might show you that today too. As some of you remember, I needed to get my side of the office together. It's not together yet. It's not. Don't judge me. Whatever. But yeah, anyway, I digress. Come along with me today on our trail walk and just seeing what I eat in a typical day. This one's going to be very realistic. Not that the others aren't realistic. I do eat the things that I cook and make in the other videos. But today I've got a lot to do and I'm trying not to let things be too fussy today. So if we end up eating out, don't be surprised. Or if, I make a sandwich, yet again, don't be surprised. But yeah, follow along with me. Hopefully you'll stay along. And before everything gets started, don't forget to subscribe and like and click the notification bell so that you can see when more of my videos pop up on your feed. But yes, come along. Okay, so I switched sides because as you could see, my side of the office is kind of janky right now. It's not there yet. I'm still working on it. I've got like a whole blank wall, which I'm sure you could tell. And things work the way they are, but Husbatron's side of the office just looks 1,000 times better and 1,000 times more organized. But this morning went for a trail walk, and then we ended up actually going out to breakfast. Then we went to the farmers market near where we live, and then went to Home Depot because Husbatron likes to buy a plant just about every month, and that's okay. That's okay. But he likes to buy plants, so we went to Home Depot. So I actually didn't have a chance to take my supplements, which I'm about to take right now. But I figured I'd share that with you, like what supplements I take. I don't take too many more supplements than any other person who eats a traditional diet. But I do take a multivitamin that has like B12 in it. And so I just take like the Ritual multivitamin, which I'm pretty sure you guys have seen like a million times by now. I'm pretty sure I got influenced into using it myself, but I actually really like it and it works. And it gives me a pretty good amount of iron too. And then I also take the Semaine, the daily hormone balancing. And the reason I take hormone balancing is because I do have uterine fibroids, which is why a lot of times you guys will see me in sweatshirts. I'll explain that a little bit later. But I do have a hormonal imbalance that has caused uterine fibroids. I had surgery a couple of years ago for my uterine fibroids to shrink, but they're taking a little longer to shrink than I would like them to. But unfortunately, when you have uterine fibroids or PCOS or endometriosis, it causes your periods to be really bad. So I have really tough periods. Um, but when I use these, I have way better periods and I'm a little bit more balanced out. I don't get PMS as bad as I usually do if I don't take them. And I even kind of like experimented once and tried to be a little cheap and didn't buy them for a couple of months. And I regretted it so bad. Before taking any supplements, always run stuff by your doctor. So like, even though like I really love this supplement, it works really well for me, I did talk to my doctor about it when I went in for a checkup and let her know what I was taking. And she's like, hey, if it's working for you, then, you know, keep taking it. And it really does. You know, if you have a problem hearing about periods, then obviously like fast forward. But yeah, my periods were really bad and really painful. And a lot of times I would have to call into work on certain days. And I just don't have to do that when I take these. And so I actually have a code for the Semaine hormone balancing supplements. If you wanted to give them a try, I'll put the QR code up and I'll put the link in the description box. I pretty much tell all my friends about these because they've really made life a lot easier. I think I went from pretty much soaking a pad like every hour to pretty much being able to go like a couple hours at a time, and even being able to just kind of sleep through the night without the interruptions. All the hormonal imbalance girlies already know what I'm talking about. So if you don't have a hormone imbalance, then whoo, lucky you. But those of us who know, we know. So anytime that I can tell anybody about those, I do, because they've really helped me. But yeah, so taking my supplements right now and got a little bit of work done. And I'm gonna go and make lunch in just a little bit. And like I said, it's kind of a lazy day. This is one of those days where I don't really feel like cooking. So you're just kind of coming along with me today and seeing what I do on a typical Sunday and what I eat when I just don't feel like turning on the stove. And so lunch, I'm not turning on the stove. And I'll show you what it is that I'm gonna eat today. But I am gonna actually cook dinner tonight. So that'll be good. I dropped my pillow on the floor. I dropped 2 of them. All right, let me take my supplements and then we're gonna have lunch. Okay, so for lunchtime, I'm gonna have a daily harvest bowl. I've been getting these for like a couple years now. I stopped for a little bit, but I've been getting them for a couple years now, and they just like come in handy on really busy days like today. So it says that I can cook it on the stove, but it's going in the microwave because it's the afternoon and I still have like some laundry and things like that to do. And so I think I just add a little bit of water to it and toss it in the microwave. I haven't tried this one yet. This one is the black bean and cheese harvest bowl. And it has avocado, buckwheat, bell peppers,
in a cheesy enchilada sauce, which of course is vegan. And I kind of like these because they're like whole food plant-based. But like I said, I usually get them when I'm like super busy. And I think one of the reasons I got it this time was because I think we get cash back if we use one of our credit cards for it. So it's like one of those things where it's like, ooh, save some money. But yeah, so I'm just gonna pop this in the microwave and have a really quick lunch and then try to do the rest of today's chores so that I can enjoy the rest of my Sunday. So yeah. All right, so food's done. I'm just gonna put it in an actual bowl because this little paper bowl, as great as it is, it's a little hot. And I did taste it a little bit. Usually I find with things like this that I have to add a little extra salt and seasonings and things like that, but it's actually really good. The only thing I wish that I had was some tortilla chips to kind of like scoop it out, but I don't need tortilla chips or anything like that. But yeah, it's actually really good. Like, yeah, I can see why this one is one of their more popular ones. This is my first time trying this one. This is really, really good. All right, so I'm gonna enjoy my lunch, try to get some of this extra stuff around the house done, and then I'm gonna see you guys back at dinner time.
So I apologize. I'm not exactly sure what happened to the audio during this clip, but here I am preparing dinner, which is my shawarma cauliflower bowl with a lemon dill yogurt sauce. This dish is really easy. It's one of my recipes on quirkypineapples.com, so I'll leave the link below. But I just coat the chickpeas with oil and shawarma seasonings and roast them in the oven for about 20 minutes while I prepare the yogurt sauce. Okay, so I've got my yogurt, I've added my fresh dill, and believe it or not, it took me 3 stores to find fresh dill. I don't know what that about, but you know, I finally found some because I feel like this sauce isn't quite the same without fresh dill. And then I'm just gonna add about half the juice of a lemon. Oh, don't want the seeds. A little bit of lemon juice. This is a very juicy lemon, so maybe not a half. Usually the lemons are a little smaller than this one. This one's kind of a big lemon, but usually about the juice of half a lemon. And then I don't feel like chopping up garlic, so I'm just gonna use some garlic powder. Some garlic powder. And yeah, sometimes you just eyeball things. I do have this recipe on Quirky Pineapples with actual measurements, but today I'm eyeballing just because, you know, it's my house. You do you. And then a little bit of salt. And I'm not going to add too much because usually we like to taste things before we add the pepper. Before we add too much salt. And then I'm just going to mix that together. Okay, let me taste it. Ooh, that's good, but it definitely needs more garlic. And it needs more salt and pepper. Not too much though.
Just want it to taste like more than yogurt. And I usually like to make this while everything's cooking because then the flavors will infuse a little bit more. All right, so I'm gonna set that off to the side. My little lemons and everything out of the way, my seeds. And then I'm actually gonna top the vegetables with some cucumber and tomatoes. It's more of like, I think it's sort of like a Mediterranean bowl. I think I want my cucumbers to be in like chunks. So let's try that. Or maybe I'll cut it into like quarters. I think halves will be okay. But yeah. But yeah, today felt really fast and a bit hectic. Um, but I'm really like glad that we got out for our walk earlier today because I feel like we had really been neglecting it. And I used to like call those walks our mental health walks, and they really did do wonders for our mental health, especially, you work all week long and then you come home and then you're working on businesses and, you're trying to be there for family, you're trying to be there for each other and things like that. And then sometimes you just need some time out in nature. So I'm really, really glad that we got outside and we were able to do our hike. And I think we're going to start prioritizing it a lot more. Um, it might have to be every other Sunday or something like that. But yeah, it's just good to like squeeze in that time and then even making it to the farmers market. We hadn't made it to our local farmers market in a really long time. There were a lot of new stalls there that were really nice to see, like a fresh bread stall, which I'm like really excited about going back and getting fresh bread from there because I've told you before, I'm a bit of a bread snob. We're just gonna do half the cucumber. I think that's enough for, two people. And then we'll chop up the tomatoes. But yeah, like it was just really nice to get out and enjoy the good weather because the sun finally came out in California. In case you didn't know, I live in Orange County, which is in Southern California. And there tends to be a lot to do, but you don't always feel like doing it when it's really cloudy outside. And I know, like, I'm coming from a place of privilege, like, we don't have super cold winters, but it just felt like the clouds were really lingering. So I was happy to get outside in the sun, get some vitamin D, and enjoy the good weather and the nature. But yeah, so enjoyed the farmers market, saw that there were some new stalls there, which was really nice. Um, we were able to get brunch today. And the place that we went is called Seabirds. It's in Costa Mesa. And I really like going there because they make all of their ingredients there. Like everything's made in house for the most part. So you're not getting, and again, I don't demonize mock meats. Like they're good for convenience, but they make their own like burger patties and things like that, which I think is really good. What we had was the breakfast burrito, and they make their own like walnut mushroom kind of chorizo, and it was like with a tofu scramble inside and onions and peppers. It was just really good. So yeah, like just because you go out to a restaurant doesn't mean that it can't be, kind of whole food, plant-based too. But that's one of the reasons why we choose to go there. But yeah, all right. So I'm waiting for my veggies to finish roasting. I've got about 10 minutes of that left. So I think I'm gonna grab my kale and massage my kale. So let's see. Yeah, because it's like nice and dry. I think in one of my previous videos, I was cutting the kale with a knife, like getting it off of the stem. And this time I ripped it away. So yeah, I think I earned my brownie points with that. All right, so let's move this back. And then I'm just gonna massage my kale in this. And the reason I do that is to break down like the bitterness of the kale and just kind of, make it a lot softer and easier to like chew and digest. I don't often eat raw kale unless I'm like throwing it into a smoothie, but sometimes it's just nice to have like, like some fresh kale. Otherwise, I'd saute it or something like that. And I've even seen people like take their sauce and like massage their sauce into it. But I kind of don't want to do that because I don't want to get yogurt sauce all over my hands. But yeah. And I think this is about roughly about 2 cups of kale, but it's going to break down harder as I kind of massage it. But yeah, Sundays are also a productive day in our house. I think like every other Sunday we sort of get to veg out. Usually I like to be what I refer to as a mushroom on the sofa. And that's when I'm just on the sofa watching videos and, and movies all day and not doing anything because everything's already done. But today had to be a more productive day. And like I said, I'm still glad that we got outside of the house. There's some Sundays where I just don't feel like leaving the house at all because it feels like I've got to leave and go to work every day, like Monday through Friday. So there's sometimes days where I just don't want to have to leave the house. But yeah, it was nice to get out today. All right, so my kale's all broken down and now my hands are green. So I'm gonna clean it off and wait for my veggies to come out of the oven. All right, so veggies, all of that out of the oven, ready to go in my bowl. So as I was massaging my kale, I found out a very fun fact that I don't know how I feel about it. Apparently, if you massage kale vigorously with your bare hands, the chlorophyll will dye your fingernails green. So now my fingernails are neon green. But yeah, all right. So this bowl has kale, a little bit of quinoa. It has my roasted veggies, my shawarma seasoned veggies, or I should probably say beans and veggies. All right, a little more cauliflower. There we go. And then some cucumber, which I really like, and some tomatoes. Pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna drizzle it with the sauce, and I realize I call this like a lemon dill yogurt sauce, but it kind of tastes like ranch, which I mean, I don't know, a lot of people like ranch. I think it tastes good. But yeah, when this is all mixed together, it's really good. It has a lot of protein in it. And it probably only took maybe about 20 minutes or so for me to make. Um, I mean, I guess if you minus the prep time, so maybe 30 minutes because I had to cut up the veggies and all of that stuff. But it only baked in the oven for like 20, 22 minutes. And while that was roasting in the oven, I was able to just get everything else ready. And now dinner's all done, which is good for a Sunday night when you don't feel like doing anything. So yeah, so I'm going to take my bowl of dinner and go relax for the rest of this lovely Sunday. But hopefully you liked this format of video with me showing you a little bit of my life outside of just my meals and cooking and all of that. But yeah, thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.